There's something about an old, abandoned house that just makes your skin crawl. The way the wind whistles through the cracks, the creaking floors that groan under the weight of memories long forgotten. Tonight, I'm going to take you on a journey through one such place. It all started with a footprint, a single, muddy print leading away from the old stone tower that loomed over the village. The tower, with its 8 pointed directions, had always been a source of mystery and dread. People whispered about it, but no one dared to go near, except for me. As I stood at the base of the tower, the sky darkened, and a bolt of lightning split the heavens. My flashlight flickered, casting spooky shadows on the walls. I took a deep breath and followed the footprints. The trail led me to an old house, its windows like blind eyes staring into the void. With each step, my heart pounded harder. The air was thick with anticipation. I pushed open the door and it creaked loudly as if warning me to turn back. But I couldn't, not now. Inside, the air was stale, and the faint smell of decay lingered. I shone my flashlight around, the beam cutting through the darkness. That's when I saw it, a shadow. Not cast by me, moving across the wall. I froze, my breath catching in my throat. The shadow had no form, no substance, but it felt alive. I followed the shadow deeper into the house, my pulse racing. I felt a shiver run down my spine as I passed a dusty mirror. My reflection frowned back at me, its expression twisted and wrong. I shook my head and pressed on. The shadow led me to a room at the end of a long, narrow hallway. Inside, the air was colder, and the smell of decay was stronger. My flashlight caught something on the floor, a small, delicate bumblebee, lifeless and still. I knelt down, feeling a pang of sadness. Somehow, its tiny presence made the house feel even more eerie. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the house. I jumped up, my heart beating wildly. The shadow was gone. I swung the flashlight around, searching for any sign of movement. The walls seemed to close in on me, and the floor beneath my feet felt unsteady. I knew I had to get out. As I turned to leave, lightning struck again, illuminating the room in a blinding flash. For a split second, I saw them, hundreds of tiny footprints leading to the very spot where I stood. My blood ran cold. I ran out of the house, my flashlight swinging wildly. The storm raged on, and the tower loomed above, its 8 points a silent witness to my terror. I didn't stop running until I was back in the safety of my own home. Even now, as I sit here, I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched. That somewhere in the shadows, something waits. And I know deep down that the footprints will find me again. So next time you see a spooky shadow or hear a creak in an old house, remember my story and keep your flashlight close.